What's up, guys? It's your girl Books of Bunny, and I am back with another effing video. Let's get into this video right away. Let's get it going. So I already started talking about next year plans, so it's only right that I talk about the series I have yet to start, but I really want to start next year. Like, it's important to me. Oh, whatever. All right, first book on this list is going to be by C.J. Redwine, and this is The Shadow Queen. So this is a series. I believe it's either 4 or 5 books in the series, but it's basically a Snow White retelling. You guys know how obsessed I am when it comes to the Disney princesses as well as the villains. I actually started the villain series this year, which I will continue next year, but I also wanted to go ahead and jump into this series. I have had this series, I want to say, since I started my channel. This is one of the first series that I got on this when I started this channel, and I have yet to start it. So want to really get into this, and I just want to read the blurb. It is Blurb by Marissa Myers, who is also great when it comes to retellings. She did the Luna Chronicles, so Cinder is one that I've read by her. Loved it. Still haven't finished that series. We won't talk about that. But if you haven't noticed, I actually really love retellings, and I love the stories of the princesses and the new twist on them. So just to read you the blurb on the back. Forget everything you think you know about Snow White. There are no shrinking violets here. Just a bold and cunning princess determined to save a kingdom that's rotting beneath dark magic. Yes, let's get into it. This book is absolutely beautiful. I love how it looks. Also, the other books are so gorgeous. They're on my shelves. I didn't grab all of them. I just grabbed one from the series, but I'll just give you guys a little look at that. Bro, yes. So that's one of the series I will be starting next year. Boom, let's get to the next one. Bro. So another series that I want to start next year is actually by Charlene Harris, and this isn't the first book of the series. The first book is Dead Until Dark, and here's just one of the books that I have on hand. I actually don't have the first book as of yet, but I will be starting soon. To my understanding, this is an HBO current series, or was an HBO series. So I don't remember all the details, but I pulled it up on Goodreads, so I'm gonna read you guys the little blurb to it. But let's see. Suki Stackhouse is just a small-time cocktail waitress in a small-town Louisiana until the vampire of her dreams walk into her life and one of her co-workers checks out. Maybe having a vampire for a boyfriend isn't such a bright idea. Yes, it's giving me spooky. It's giving me mystery. It's giving me murder. It's giving me love. It's giving me life. Let's go. So yes, I will be reading that series as well. All in total, I have about 7 series here. Some I've already talked about on this channel about me starting and I haven't gotten to yet, while some are completely new. So yeah, let's continue. Let's go to the next one. So you guys already know about this series. I already talked about it on this channel, but I will be starting the series probably sooner than later. We gonna see. So this one is actually gonna be Death by Dumpling, and it's by Vivian Chang. And look at this. I will never get over this cover. I will never get over this cover. Never. I'm gonna say it again. I will never get over this cover. So this is about a girl who basically comes home trying to figure out her life, ends up working in her family's restaurant, and then there's a murder. She has to clear her family's name. She has to clear everybody because they're not doing their job in figuring out who's actually doing it. But she's also trying to find out who she is and what she wants to do in life, as well as find love. Like, it's giving exactly what it's supposed to give, and I really hope that it does not fail me, because I already purchased the whole damn series. Okay, I already bought it. I hope I love it. I gotta stop doing that. But the newest book again drops on the 25th of January. I'm not gonna pressure myself into reading all of them, but let's just say I pre-ordered it. Let's just say that. I know I need to make better decisions, but we ain't gonna get into that. We ain't gonna get into that right now. Moving on. Been on my shelves for a long time. Talked about it before on my channel, and honestly, I never go to this series. I never look at it and I'm like, all right, let's go ahead and start. Part of me feels like it's so much hype in the book community that I don't want to read it and hate it, because that's really my fear, is like a well-loved book and I'm just like, it was all right. Like, I don't want to be that person. But next year I am again pushing myself out of my comfort zone and doing all kinds of craziness. So this year coming up, I will be finally reading a Cassandra Clare book, and I'm gonna be starting with City of Bones. Now, again, funny story, I have this entire series. I do. And another book from another series that she wrote. And I don't understand how I keep ended up with Cassandra Clare books. I know this series specifically, I got from a thrift store. I was with my fiance and he's like, babe, you gotta get it. It's all the books and they're super cheap. It's half off. And I think we spent like $10 on the entire set. And I believe it's like 6 books in this series. Yeah, it's like 6 books and we got them like half off. And I knew they were popular. I knew they were hyped, but did I read them before? No. But I was like, if I'm gonna buy a series that I may or may not like, the best way of doing that is getting good condition for a deal. I mean, come on, discounts. What's up? I love them. Let's do it. So I did purchase the entire series. And then the other book that I got is not on here. It's another Cassandra Clare book. I can't remember. It's just it's a thickie. I just remember it being super thick. I'll get back to you guys on which book that is or which series I got. But I have all the books in this series and I am going to take a stab at it. I hope I love it. I hope I like it. I'm going in completely blind. I have no idea what this book is about. I have no idea what the series is about. I just see it literally everywhere. Bookstagram, Twitter, people's hauls. Like, everyone still talks very highly of this book and I want to like it, which is why I'm not going to go in knowing absolutely anything about it. But someone told me that I should read it as a reading vlog so they could get my reactions, and I'm really considering it. So, to be continued. So I'm really obsessed with fantasy. That's no secret here. But this prior year, I did not read a lot of fantasy. I think, let's just be honest, I read a little bit of fantasy, but not as much as I normally do. That being said, this author has been jamming it out. A lot of people talk about it, and I, for one, have not read it. There's 2 fantasy books or series that I really want to read. One is Fiona Lee. Really want to read it, but I want special editions, but I also am saving money, so we'll see. But this is the other one, and that is The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. And here we go. I actually have the entire series. The first book was actually gifted to me. I want to say gifted to me by a friend, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna read it, I'm gonna read it. But then I finally got a chance to grab the other 2 books. I don't know what it is about series. If I don't have the full series, I don't even want to start the book. Because I'm like, who wants to wait? Like, who got time for that? That's why with Noodles and Company series, I bought all of them and I pre-ordered the newest book. So it's like, it's okay, we're gonna work on that. But I am also walking into this book completely blind. I see her in, I forget what commercial it's for on YouTube, but there's a commercial about teaching and how to, and she is one of those people who are teaching about writing and literature and just grabbing people with stories and captivating our lives. So I told myself I need to read one of her books before I actually do that. So here we go. I'm gonna start this year. Coming up. I'm already overwhelmed. Okay, moving on. Here we go. 2 more. Okay. So the next book is going to be Before She Ignites, and it's by Jodi Meadows. I have this entire series as well. I believe it's either 3 or 4 books. Can't remember how many, but I've also had this on my shelves for a very long time. So I'm kind of double checking my boxes. Had it on my shelf for a long time. Beautiful black woman on the front. Come on, let me just take a moment for the cover. Baddie. You know that song, I Ain't Never Been With a that one. Baddie. We're gonna call her Maddie. This has been on my shelves for a very long time. It is a thickie, but again, don't ever go to it or pick it up, and now I'm forcing myself to kind of reevaluate my shelves, and I don't know why I haven't picked it up, because every time I do, I'm captivated by it. I love what I think I'm getting myself into, but I never actually you know, take that leap of faith. So next year, diving into this series. So more to come. All right, so now we are at our final book here, and we're gonna keep hoping for the best. Okay, here we go. So I was actually gifted another book set. It's an oldie, but I hear it's a goodie, and the reason why the person think I would like it is because I read Buffy the Vampire Slayer. For all my young people here, there is a new version of the Slayer retelling, I guess. So there is a newer version of that, and I forget who it's by, but I literally just purchased the new versions of the book, but more to come. More to come on that. But I also read the old version of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It was huge during my I want to say pre-teens going into teenage years. Everybody loved it. I still love it. I haven't watched or finished the series, but it's on my to-do list, so don't judge me. But I also was talking about one of the Buffy the Vampire Slayer books that I recently read, I want to say a few months ago. So she was like, yo, I think you'll really like this because it's vampire-y. It's some of the same vibes. A little bit of romance, a little bit of frightening things happening. I think you'll like it. So, long story short, I will be reading Night World, and it's by L.J. Smith. And here is the first book in the series. As you can see, it is an older book. Yeah, it is. And I'm gonna read it. Okay, so the funny thing is, my Buffy the Vampire Slayer series set that I have, it's like multiple books in one, and this is very similar. But also this book is actually blurbed in the back of my Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So when I say spot on recommendation, spot on recommendation. So this I am going to be reading, and there's 3 books in here as well, and it's Secret Vampire, Daughter of Darkness, and Spellbinder. So boom. Okay, so that is all of the books I have for you guys. So that's 7 books. 7 books, 7 series. The number of books in each series, they vary, but I am going to do it. Now, how quickly I do that, we ain't gonna talk about that. But what we'll talk about is that I am actually really excited about this because, again, these are books that are already on my shelves now. So that is all the series I am going to try to take a stab at for next year. Make sure you guys comment down below, what series are you going to start next year? What's on your reading list next year? Comment down below. Anywho, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, do the dang thing. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Twitter, as well as Goodreads. It's your girl, Book Savani. I am out.